107 years. I've been breathing on this earth for 107 years. I've lived through 2 world wars, listened to Ataturk's voice on the radio. Then television came along, and now the phone I'm holding is smarter than I am. But you know what? After seeing all of this, do you know what surprises me the most? How people have become estranged from their own bodies. My name is Nesrin. They call me Aunt Nesrin. And let me tell you this clearly. Every doctor who prescribed me pills to lower my cholesterol is in the grave right now. Every single one. I counted them one by one. They're all dead and gone. They'd come in with those big university diplomas on their chests, telling me what to eat and what not to drink. Half of it was nonsense. Lies concocted to line the pockets of pharmaceutical companies. I'm going to tell you the truth, but not the truth that comes out of those shiny boxes on TV. The truth passed down to me from my mother's mother and her mother before her. No miracle powders, no expensive diets. The only thing that exists is food from the earth. The food God gave us. And here are the 7 things I'm going to tell you. The 7 things I've been eating for 107 years. If it weren't for these, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now. First, they'll go crazy when they hear this. Coffee. Yes, pure Turkish coffee. Every morning. Frothy. Bitter. I've been drinking it since I was 16. Without sugar. You'll have a heart attack, they say. It'll mess with your nerves. Come on. It's not the coffee that causes a heart attack. It's worrying about everything. That coffee wakes up my brain. They say it contains things called antioxidants. I don't know. I don't really understand that stuff. But here's what I do know. Your body's engine starts running with that morning coffee. If God created something that smells this good, would he have created it if he didn't want us to drink it? Just don't add sugar. Once you add sugar, that's it. It turns into poison. Second, this is a bit sweeter. Grapes. Dried grapes. Fresh grapes. Grape molasses. When I was a kid, we used to pick them from the vineyard. Now I buy them at the market, but I eat handfuls of them every day. They're sweet, but not harmful like the sugar in those stores. My father, may God rest his soul, used to say there's medicine in the color. Purple, black, green. The darker the color, the better. They say it helps reduce inflammation. I don't really understand it, but it works, that's all. Third, it comes from the sea. Anchovies, sardines, mackerel, fatty fish. We're actually from the Black Sea region. Fish was our bread and butter. Fresh, pan-fried. My husband used to call this the poor man's rice. I say it's the rich man's medicine. Your brain is made of fat, and it needs good, clean fat. There are those things called omega in it. Think of it like motor oil. It's necessary to keep your brain from rusting. It keeps your thoughts clear and keeps sadness at bay. They're afraid because there's mercury in it. I say, instead of being afraid of that, be afraid of forgetting your own grandchildren's names. I'll eat my fish. Fourth, they've really deceived you on this matter. Eggs, country eggs, specifically the yolk. For 50 years, a full 50 years, they spread the lie that the yolk clogs your heart. They kept an entire generation away from God's most perfect food. A lie! The real power is in the yolk. It contains choline for the brain and lutein for the eyes. A perfect package. I fry 2 of them in butter every morning and my heart is still in my mouth, thank God. Fifth, the young people will faint when they hear this. Meat. Yes, sir. Red meat. the meat of a well-grazed, sun-kissed animal. It kills you, they say. Nonsense. Your body needs what's in that meat. You need iron. You need B12. You need carnitine. These give your muscles strength and keep your blood strong. If you feel tired, if you feel drained, it's not because of your age. It's because you're eating chicken breast and that stuff called tofu. You need the power that comes from the earth. What does a cow do? It turns grass and sunlight into power. It's that simple. Sixth, this one's a bit different. Fermented foods. We wouldn't call them that, of course. We'd say pickles. We'd say tahana. We'd say yogurt. These are living foods. They contain good bacteria. Your gut is like a garden. It needs good soil. If it's full of weeds, you'll get sick. These fermented foods bring the good ones back. They regulate your digestion. A happy gut. A happy life. Make a note of that. Seventh, this is my secret, my little pleasure. Cocoa. But not chocolate, mind you. Not those sugary junk foods you buy at the store. Real bitter dark cocoa powder. The kind that tastes of earth and magic. I add a spoonful to my coffee every morning. Apparently, it contains something called PQQ. It's a mouthful of a word, but here's what it does. It helps your body create new mitochondria, new batteries. It wakes up the brain at my age. It gives you fire. This is the secret weapon. Here's the list for you. Coffee, grapes, fatty fish, eggs, red meat, fermented foods, cocoa. These aren't the things they sell you on TV. It's actually the exact opposite. But that's the truth. These are the foods that made me who I am. The foods that have kept me here for over a century. But I'll tell you one more thing. Pay attention. This is very important. It's not just about food. Food is fuel, but it's not the engine. The engine is your spirit. You need a reason to get up in the morning. You need people to love. You need a little faith. You could eat all the red meat in the world, but if your heart is full of hatred, you'll get sick. You should forgive people. You should smile even when you're in pain. You should watch the sun set in the evening. You should thank God for every new day. If you do that, and if you eat your eggs, maybe you'll stick around here a little longer. You know, I sometimes think about it. Those young people. It's a shame about them. They can't see life because they're always looking at their phones. They're trapped in that little screen in their hands. They don't even know their neighbors' names. But they know what someone across the ocean is eating. I grew up differently. We knew which day our neighbor baked bread because the smell would waft over. We played in the street, our knees scraped, our clothes torn. We'd gather around the dinner table, everyone was there. There were no phones, but there was connection. Perhaps the greatest thing keeping me alive is this, my connection with people. Most of my friends have passed away, but my neighbors still visit. My grandchildren call. They don't leave me alone. Loneliness kills. More than food, more than medicine. I've also realized this. Those who give thanks survive. Those who always complain, always whine, always say, if only. They can't endure it. Their bodies break down. But those who give thanks every morning for one more day, God gives them strength. The other day I was watching a show. A doctor was speaking. Stress kills, he said. Oh, did you just figure that out now? We'd say. We've known this for 100 years. Stress, anxiety, fear. These are like acids that eat away at the body. But laughter? Laughter is medicine. Love is medicine. Sitting in the sun is medicine. Someone once asked me, Auntie, have you never been sick? Of course I have. I had pneumonia. I caught typhoid. I broke my arm. But I didn't give up. I didn't say, I'll die anyway. I said, I will live. I was stubborn. Stubbornness heals. Giving up kills. Now, I'm gonna ask you something. Do you take care of yourself? Or are you always taking care of others? The children, the grandchildren, your spouse, your job. You were there for everyone. But where were you for yourself? Look, let me tell you something. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. If your own cup is full, you can fill someone else's. But if your own cup is empty, you have nothing to give. So, eat that egg, drink that coffee, buy that fish, value yourself. And one more thing, stop taking those pills. Not all of them, of course. If you have a heart condition, keep taking them. But here's what I'm saying. A pill for every ache, a pill for every sorrow, a pill for every bit of fatigue. That won't do. Your body isn't a machine. You have a soul. You have a heart. Sometimes fatigue isn't from a lack of medicine, but from a lack of love. Sometimes a headache isn't the flu, but from being unhappy with your life. Doctors don't say this, but I am. I've seen 107 years. The empire fell. The republic rose. The monarchy ended. Democracy began. We migrated from villages to cities. Cars came. Planes came. The internet came. But one thing hasn't changed. People are still people. They're still going hungry. Still feeling sad. Still searching for joy. They still want love. They still want to touch. Technology came, but it couldn't satisfy the soul. That's why I'm telling you, live the old-fashioned way. Eat the old-fashioned way. Rejoice the old-fashioned way. Not fast, but slow. Not crowded, but select. Not excessive, but valuable. Turn off the TV at dinner. Look at each other. Talk. Find out what happened today. Have breakfast not in a hurry, but with pleasure. Say a prayer while preparing that egg. Give thanks while eating that bread. Life isn't about speed. Life is depth. And if you can't do this, no matter how many vitamins you take, no matter how much exercise you do, you'll feel empty inside. An empty glass is fragile. I look around now, and everyone seems depressed. Doctors prescribe pills. But no one asks, why is this person unhappy? Maybe they're lonely. Maybe they lack love. Maybe they've given up on their dreams. Pills can numb the feeling, but they can't solve the problem. There were sad people in my day, too. But what did they do? They'd go to a neighbor. They'd listen to each other's troubles. They'd cry together. They'd laugh together. They'd heal. Now, everyone is alone. In their home, in their room, on their phone. They're screaming, but no one hears them. That's the real problem. Let me tell you one last thing. If you hear this and don't make any changes, there's no point in me speaking. Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. Get up tomorrow morning. Cook an egg. Drink your coffee. Look at the sun. Take a deep breath and give thanks. You have one more day. Then, if someone comes and asks, how are you so healthy? Tell them too. Let this knowledge spread, because my concern isn't making money. My concern is leaving something behind for you. Maybe I won't be here next year. I'm 107 years old. Every day is a gift. But let these messages remain. Let the younger generations learn, because they're on the wrong path right now. But it's not too late yet. They need to turn back. They need to return to their roots. Yes, that's it. 7 meals. But actually, it's more than just 7 meals. It's a philosophy of life. A way of life. Real, deep, and rooted. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be going. It's time for coffee.